Happy Lord's Day. My name is Brandy Nicole, and I'm here with a thought. In Sunday school, we are going through Behold Your God series, and I have to say that it has been a difficult journey because it's really putting into perspective my view of God and the church's view of God as of late, at least in our generation. And a question was posed, two questions that really stood out. There were several questions, but two that really stood out was, are you bored with the gospel? And one was a question, one was a statement. Are you bored with the gospel? And I have to ask myself this, and even in our discussion later, my pastor brought up a scenario just to get us to really think. And I'll put it in this way. Are we more excited about hearing someone receive Christ, repent of their sins, and being saved as we are about our favorite football team winning the Super Bowl? Do we jump for joy like we do when someone makes a Hail Mary and wins the game, as someone approaching you and saying, last night I was saved? And when we're discussing the gospel, do we think to ourselves, oh, I've already heard this. I know this part already. Or are we truly excited about hearing it every single day? Are we just as excited about the gospel today as we were when we were first saved, or when we heard it for the first time and really understood what was being said to us? And then the statement that was brought up later in the discussion was, what is the view? Let me read it. Low views of God destroy the gospel for all those who hold them. Low views of God. What is your view of God? If you don't understand the attributes of God, then your view of God would be low and your view of yourself will be higher. And I brought up in the discussion, and this really hit home for me because it was so timely, and man, how God works. It was so timely. The situation, I know people have been watching TV, and you've been seeing online about Jeffrey Dahmer and how he, towards the end of his life, was saved and he was baptized, and the pastor, or his pastor, the man that would come to the prison and talk to him consistently and kept up with him, said the man was saved. But I would see in the comments section of some videos where professing Christians would doubt it, would say, well, how could someone like Jeffrey Dahmer be saved? How could someone like Jeffrey Dahmer go to heaven? And then I thought to myself, if we think that someone like Jeffrey Dahmer cannot be saved, then we have a very, very low view of the gospel. And we are belittling God's power. God's power is infinite. He's all powerful. And he can save anyone if he so pleases. And to question his ability to change and save someone like Jeffrey Dahmer, how is he then God? So I leave you with those thoughts. And I do want to ask you the question again, and maybe you can mull it over. Are you bored with the gospel? And do you have a low view of the gospel? Until next time. Ciao.